Good morning. I thought I'd do a review on what I like to call my Frankentruck because it's made up of a bunch of different parts. So I'll go over it quickly. I'm trying to remember the size of engine it has in here, and I'll tell you why I can't remember, but it's this. So here's how this started. My very first RC I ever bought was a Haiboxing. I think it's a 16889. In any event, I'll throw a picture up here in the video of it. And I got it off of Amazon, and it's just one of those little, I guess they call them bashers, race around cars, and came with just spring over coil shocks, big tires, little flimsy body, and the thing went up to 35 kilometers an hour, and it would fly. I brought it out to baseball diamonds and things, and you could get this thing to jump and spin and land, and nothing broke it. But then I took the body off and I started playing around with it. I was going to try to make it look a little different. Anyways, I screwed up the body. I had this body laying around, and this body is you'll see it says Chevy, but it is off the EazyRc Glacier 118 pickup. And I actually have one of those, which I did a previous video on, but I have two, and long story to go into, too many things were broken on it. So I had this broken truck laying around, I had this thing with no body, and I thought, I'm gonna figure out a way to get this body on there. So I did. I think if you can see, I drilled through, because this, the Haiboxing car had body mounts. So I drilled through in the back, and I mounted it. Oops, sorry, I'll break the hood. And then I mounted it back in the bed here by, I don't know if you could see, by screwing in underneath. Got it level, found the proper spots. Now if you'll notice, the rear tires aren't quite lined up, but it was either, have nothing lined up, like the front are fairly lined up. If I moved it forward, it just wouldn't have worked, because then the front would have been out of alignment. But at the end of the day, it just looks like a big monster truck. And again, this thing can fly 35 kilometers an hour. I put oil shocks on it when I had it in the original version, and these shocks are pretty good. They're this thing sticks. Like I said, I drive it over curbs, and it'd flip and back on its feet, and you couldn't destroy this thing. So then what I did is I had these big ass wheels on it from the original, which you'll see in the picture, and it just, I don't know, it didn't match. Not that these match, but they're better. So these wheels are off of the MN 168 that I got last week, the 1970 Range Rover. Is this guy here, which I'm going to talk about. So I put new wheels on him and had these laying around, and yesterday I said, you know what, it's a 12 millimeter hex, I'm going to see how they look, and they look way better. Again, they when they stick out enough, they're not hitting. Look how low that goes, right? That is some great. So I'm going to have some running video on this. I actually ran it just in my garage a few times to see how it went. And here we are. What else was I going to say? Nothing. That's it. It's pretty cool. So again, it's called my Frankentruck because it's made up of the Haiboxing body, or chassis and motor. It comes with, the original one came with this battery. So 1000 milliamp, 7.4 LiPo time on this thing. And again, it'll fly. These tires that came on this are nice and soft. They've got foams in them. They're a bead lock. They only have 3 screws, but they got a nice little rim on the inside. They're a bead lock, so nice and grippy. I think this thing is going to be kind of cool, and there's nothing out there like it, which I think is neat. And again, except for the rear tire being off a little bit, but hey, if it's looking like a monster truck, I think I'm going to get some pretty cool running out of this thing. And no, I'm not from Louisiana. I'm from Canada, but I just thought it looked better with the license plate on it. So, all right, so there we go. One of my screw ups as far as trying to modify this EazyRc Glacier early on and lift it and do this and do that and drilling into the chassis. I screwed it up, so I ordered another one, which I already have a video on here you can look at. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna do some running around with this and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, thanks for watching. Subscribe. I'd love to hear your comments if you have any, and like the video. Thanks everyone. You have a great day.
0, 1, 2, 3. Let's get started.
Real good. Stopping me.